Welcome, Kirkwood High School parents. My name is Dan Hohenstein. Today, we will talk to you about the risks involved in participating in athletics and other activities. We are not here today to scare you, but to inform you and make sure that we have everything ready for your child to participate. As we are starting a new athletic calendar year, I would like to remind all parents of our athletic mission statement. The goal of the Kirkwood High School athletic program is to produce distinctive teams with coaches and athletes who reflect principles of integrity, hard work, and excellence. Our philosophy of placing athletes first and winning second is designed to help young men and women learn the striving for victory should only be done in an atmosphere of fair play and good sportsmanship. As we are here today to talk about the risks involved in participating in athletics and activities, I want you all to know that our coaches are certified in first aid and CPR and are prepared for it in case of an emergency. In addition, if there are games on our campus, we will always have a trainer on duty. This may not always be the case when we go to other sites, and that is why our coaches are certified in first aid and CPR. Participation in interscholastic athletic activities often include intense competition and poses the potential for serious, catastrophic, or even life-threatening injury. Participants and parents are urged to consider that there are inherent risks and hazards associated with athletic participation. Risks vary from sport to sport and can occur under the direct supervision and with the use of proper safety equipment. As much as I would love to say that your son or daughter will never get hurt playing sports, that's just not the case. Again, not to scare you, but just to inform you, some of the most common injuries across the board, no matter what sport your son or daughter plays, are concussions, sprains, hyperextensions, torn ligaments, broken or fractured bones, or heat exhaustion. We believe that we have hired some of the best coaches to prepare your athlete for competition, but they cannot always prevent every injury. We hope that there are no injuries, but again, these are the possibilities on top of other injuries. As we have talked about a few of these injuries that can occur, here are a few notes from our trainer. Our heat policy, as you can see on this slide, shows that if the heat index rises above 95 plus degrees, the coach is required to modify practice, which can include longer breaks, more water breaks, and things such as that. If the heat index rises above 105 degrees, though, we will bring all sports and activities inside. If your student athlete is required to see a doctor and is given a note that requires them to sit out, that athlete can only be released by the doctor. These releases must go to our trainer, and she will send the athlete back to practice with a note releasing them, letting the coach know that they are able to participate. We do keep a close eye on these things as we take injuries very seriously, especially concussions. When it comes to concussions, we must report them. Your student athletes must seek medical attention and rest properly to give your student athlete the right amount of time to heal from this concussion. As you can see on the left side of this slide, the information for our trainer is as follows. If you ever have any questions regarding any injuries or other items, you may give that person a call or email them. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, my student has never been injured before, so why should we care? There truly is an epidemic of youth sports injuries. On average, there are 2 million high school sports injuries annually in just the United States. So what type of injuries are we talking about? First off, we were talking about some of the injuries we talked about that are very common in sports. Also, 50% of injuries are because of overuse, which are very preventable. Many, though, are not because of overuse, but they are also preventable because of things that we have like injury prevention programs. In addition to taking care of our body, proper technique, stretching, warming up, cooling down. Our student athletes are still very young, so we need to help them take care of their body. So what can we do to help them take care of their body and prevent injuries? We can avoid sports specialization and we can do appropriate cross training. We can have appropriate rest and technique. That means minimum 3 months away from any given sport, minimums 1 to 2 days per week free. Too often we believe that we need to play a sport 12 months out of the year or we need to play sports while we're in season 7 days a week. This is just not the case. Also, two other ways that we can prevent injuries are early identification and education on sports specific injuries, and to understand common injuries in your child's sport and how to avoid them. If you would like more information can be found on the website stopsportsinjuries.org. Now that we have talked injuries, what do you need to do as a parent with a student athlete who is preparing to play in the 2019-2020 athletic school year? If you go to Kirkwood High School's athletic website, you will notice that there are 5 items that your student athlete needs to accomplish before they can play. Item number 1 is joining the Privet website and making sure all their information is turned in. 2 is completing a physical packet. 3, make sure you are meeting the insurance requirements. 4, making sure that they are turning in their practice card day 1, because if they do not have it, they are not allowed to practice. And they must complete impact testing, which covers concussions. Included with these 5 items are all the important dates your student athlete needs to know, whether it's during the summer, when they're starting, or during their season. Of the 5 items that we just discussed, it is very important to make sure that your student athlete has their physical done before the school year. The physical must be administered and signed by a doctor. A valid physical is dated after February 1st of 2018. Please note that no student will be allowed to participate in any manner without a completed physical packet on file in the athletic office. Please also be aware that there are 3 additional forms that make up the physical packet. All of these forms must be filled out in full and include parent or guardian signatures, student signatures, basic accident information, and emergency contact information. Additionally, every student must have basic accident insurance coverage to participate in athletics. This information is to be provided on the permission form and must include company name and policy number. Once the student has a physical and permission card on file in the athletic office, the student will be issued a practice card. The athlete will take the practice card and give it to their coach on day 1. No athlete, I repeat, no athlete will be able to participate without the coach having this card in their hand. Athletes need a new card for each season, so make sure if your son or daughter played in the fall, they will need a new one for the new season in the winter or spring. We would hate for your student athlete to miss the first day of tryouts because they don't have their practice card. So please make sure that they have this prepared for day 1. If there are any other questions that you may have of me or of any other coaches, please feel free to ask at any time. You may call or email me. First, thank you for attending, and thank you for all your support, and we can't wait for the 2019-2020 athletic season to start. Let's go Pioneers!